Hey guys, Tony here. Back once again to do my 100th recent vinyl editions video. So, yeah, I've been at this for a while. Anyway, lots of stuff here to show you. I mean, if you watch my channel, you know how I do it. But I've decided to, split this stuff up. It's too much once again, and instead of making a 50-minute video, I'm going to do my best to keep this as short as possible. So I split it up, and what I'm going to do is pretty much show you the best of the lot here, what I think is the best. And later on this week, hopefully I'll show you the rest. There's still some really cool stuff in the next pile as well. But yeah, this is sort of what I consider the really cool stuff, let's say. Yeah, so once again, my local store, Red Scroll Records, has really come through, and they've just been getting collection after collection of amazing stuff. So a lot of it's from there. I have a big thank you to do, which I'll do at the end of the video. And yeah, and just stuff I've acquired. It's been a little while. It's been probably about a month since I posted my last one. If you haven't seen the last one, go watch it. It's a monster. Some really killer stuff. Anyway, hope everybody's well. Like I said, I was trying to do videos more often, just, not always easy, so I'll get back on it. Got a bad case of poison ivy. Terrible. I never got it before, and I always sort of figured I wasn't allergic to it, so, as a kid, I was always in the woods. I was a Boy Scout, and I camped a lot, always played in the woods, and later on hung out and partied in the woods, never got it. So I never figured I was allergic, but apparently I am, and was not fun. For those of you who don't have poison ivy in your area, you're lucky. It sucks. Anyway, let me get started here. Some really amazing stuff. So, yeah, this one I've had for a while, and I don't think I've shown it, but it definitely deserves to be shown. And this is a reissue on Soul Jazz Records, and this is a Firo and Aklaf with House of Spirit Mirth. And Firo and Aklaf is just one of the greatest free jazz drummers, period. Just what a percussionist. And this is all percussion, but it is still very much a jazz record. It's fantastic. And there's the man there. He's played with a lot of guys, trained under some fantastic drummers. I believe he was part of the New York loft scene, if I'm not mistaken, but anyway, yeah, a really nice reissue by Soul Jazz. Excellent stuff. Firo and Aklaf. Lots of Psych here, and there'll probably be more Psych in my next video, but this one is a monster Psych record. It's a classic. If you're into psychedelic music and do not have this record, you must get it. From beginning to end, just fantastic. And this is Fade Jade with Introspection. Wow, what a record this is. I love it. I played it quite a bit, and from beginning to end, a psychedelic masterpiece. Love it. I believe this guy, I don't know too much about the backstory. I think it's a sort of a West Coast thing. I don't know. It's one guy, though, really. And, yeah, this is a reissue from the 80s on the Psycho label. It might be a UK pressing. Not quite sure, but yeah, this is fantastic. But yeah, it's just this one guy. But yeah, classic. I'm trying to see what year this came out. I mean, I'm thinking 67 or 68, but fantastic record. And another one, and this was, again, that was from my local store. This one as well. So I go in there, and they're like, you got to check out this creative stuff right here. So I'm like, all right. So I flip through it, and I see this record, and a copy of this record. And I've been looking for this forever. Just could never find it. Never seen it in the wild. Almost bought it online a couple times, but just never did, and I'm glad I didn't. So I pull out the copy. It's not priced yet. I give it to him the price, and he's like, no. There's another one in that crate there. Grab that one because this one has a scratch. So I was like, all right. They got two in like the same day. Couldn't believe it. And I've been after it forever. But Fever Tree, I believe their second album, Another Time, Another Place. Again, a fantastic Psych album. Psych garagey. but a psychedelic masterpiece on the Uni label for $5. This one is in near mint shape, just gorgeous. I have a few Fever Tree records now, and I think there might be one more I'd get, but yeah, really happy to score this one. Just fantastic. This one too, didn't know really anything about this, and my Red Scroll Records again, they contacted me and told me they got this in, and if I'd be interested, and I was like, yeah, I'll check it out. I've never seen it before, and they put it aside, and it is the band Skid Row. So the Phil Lynott, if you know Phil Lynott from Thin Lizzy, fantastic bass player. His first band, really, Skid Row, and this is their debut Skid. This is a promo copy on Epic Records. It's not a white label. I don't know if they had white label promos on Epic. I could be completely wrong, but it is an original on the yellow Epic label. And yeah, really nice shape. Plays beautifully, and it was happy to get it. Irish blues rock band, really, and just don't ever see this. Skid Row with Skid, and a promo on top of that. So that's them there. 3-piece. Killer. What year was this? Sometime in the late 60s, I think. 69 maybe. Yeah. This one I picked up in my last video. I showed a few Townes Van Zandt. I picked this up with it. But Live and Obscure. Townes Van Zandt. This came out in 1989. So made up of different recordings. But yeah, love Townes. I don't see this one too often. And it is on the Sugar Hill label. So yeah, happy to get that. Killer. This one was a surprise. Took a chance on it. Never heard this band. Brought it home, played it, and was blown away at how good this is. This is a post-punk, new wave sort of band, maybe sort of gothy kind of. But man, what a fantastic record. It's an original UK press. I don't think it was ever pressed in the States, but Sad Lovers and Giants. And this is Feeding the Flame. And I'm not sure what album this is in their discography, but this is fantastic. Really just top-notch, post-punk, new wave sort of stuff. Killer. So if you see this, get it. I know they have a lot of EPs, but yeah, excellent stuff. Sad Lovers and Giants. This one I've been after a long time. Never see it. Again, just, found it in the store. Was really happy to get it. Armageddon. So this is the lead singer from the Yardbirds. What's his name? Keith Ralph, however you say it. Lead singer, harmonica player from the Yardbirds. Obviously, British Invasion blues rock band. He later formed the band Renaissance. So he went from that to Renaissance and then formed this. And this is sort of a heavy rock, heavy psych, early doom record. And I'm going to talk about all over the place. But yeah, this is awesome. They put out just this one album. And I'm not sure if it's an original. It probably is, on A&M. But don't see it too often. Not the rarest record in the world, but still, I never see it. And excellent stuff. I'm glad to get it. Yeah, Armageddon. Sandy Bull. I love Sandy Bull, and I never see originals of his records. I have a couple of reissues, but saw these and really excited to get them. His first album for $6 in beautiful shape on Vanguard. Fantasy is for guitar and banjo. So his debut, killer. I love his work. I love just the sound of his playing. It's just amazing. It's just really nice stuff. Yeah, on Vanguard. Vanguard is just that label. Everything I've ever bought on that label just sounds incredible. The sound quality, just top notch. What year is this? Not sure. But yeah, it's Sandy Bull with Billy Higgins on drums. His debut on Vanguard. Incredible stuff. Love it. And with that, and that was $6. This one was 4 Sandy Bull Inventions for guitar, banjo, electric guitar, and electric bass. Also original on Vanguard for $4. Yeah, awesome stuff. If you don't know Sandy Bull, check him out. Check him out here on YouTube. Great musician. This one I gotta thank Blake. He spotlighted this record, and I've tried to get this record a few times, and it's been a while. He spotlighted it and reminded me about it, really, and I tracked down a copy. I got lucky and got it for a fantastic price. The Art Ensemble of Chicago with People in Sorrow. Oof, what a great record this is. Especially if you like the Art Ensemble. This is just really beautiful, like delicate stuff. Like, you know, there's usually this sort of like a zaniness in a way to their music, and this one is much more delicate and nice. Just really well done. An original US on Nessa. Fantastic stuff. There's the back in near mint shape again. Just so happy to get it. So thank you, Blake, for talking about this record. I'm a big fan of the Art Ensemble, and definitely had to get this one. This one was a nice score, an original of this, just classic jazz record. But Bill Evans Trio, Portraits in Jazz, and this is an original on Riverside, which can go for big money sometimes. But yeah, an original in beautiful shape on Riverside. Love that label. So yeah, just classic trio. Bill Evans, mostly known for his solo career, but also playing with Miles Davis. He was the one white guy in the band, and yeah, just a fantastic piano player. Happy to get that. And speaking of Miles, this one I've had for quite a while now, and forgive me if I have shown it before. I have no idea. I could not remember, and I just didn't have time to go back and look through my videos to see if I showed it. But if I did, I apologize, but it merits a second showing if so. Miles Davis with Jazz Track. So this is the Miles Davis Quintet and his Sextet. And this is all music that he did for different films. So for soundtrack work, really. And this is excellent. His famous quintet on here with Coltrane. And what's cool about this as well, it is an original 6i, but it is a white label promo, which you don't see too often. And it's in beautiful shape. I got it for a fantastic price. Didn't pay a lot for this at all. So yeah, awesome. And with that, Miles, this is one I see now and then. It's always just beat when I do see it, you know. But this one is really nice, near mint shape. Miles Davis in concert. So Miles Davis at the Philharmonic Hall in New York. So besides like just this bit of ring wear, it's gorgeous. The records are just beautiful. Really nice, firm cover. So this is around the On the Corner period. Love that artwork, and it's fantastic. If you see this, this is just one of those Miles records I never see. So happy to get it. And one of the few I still needed. So another one. I have the reissue of this. Never see originals like ever. This is the first one I've ever seen like in the wild. My local store got it in, and I was so happy to see it. You know, just one of those things. An original. This is as good as it gets, in my opinion. Just one of the greatest albums of all time. Robert Wyatt's Rock Bottom, an original UK press on Virgin Records. Yeah, in gorgeous shape. Once again, like looks unplayed. Look at that. So really happy to get this record in original. I do have the nice, more recent reissue, which I may or may not hold on to. We'll see. But yeah, Rock Bottom's incredible. Happy to get that. So some UK folk here, and these are reissues. These next two originals of these records tend to go for really big money if you see them. I think there's one on Discogs, like they're at like $500 sort of prices. But the band, this one is Forest, their second album, Full Circle. So the UK Psych, folk Psych album band, excuse me, Forest. Incredible stuff. I would really love to find their their first album, obviously the reissue, but even that's tough to track down. As is this, I'm sure. But when I've searched for them, I've searched for their first album. Came across this in the store, reissue on the Zap label, out of the UK press, from reissued in 1988. Originally came out in 1977, and this is fantastic. Very psychedelic, folky stuff. Really, really good, and happy to add it to the collection. Again, I'd love to find their first one. Same thing with this one. This came out on the Decca label. Again, it's like $500-600 to score an original of this. But the band, this is mostly known, probably had revival of interest with the whole freak folk movement. But this is mostly known too for having work on the Clockwork Orange soundtrack. I think they recorded a song for that soundtrack in particular, re-recorded a track, and that is the band Sun Forest. Again, UK folk psych, psych folk, however you say it, freak folk. So this really runs the gamut of folk music. It's like they touch on every style of folk music there is. And it's a really cool record. This is an unofficial pressing, but still, I think it was only 500 only when they did it, whoever did it. And it sounds really good on Cheshire Cat. But yeah, Sun Forest, with the sound of Sun Forest. And I believe the track, the opener, Overture of the Sun, is the song that's in A Clockwork Orange. But yeah, happy to get that. This one is an original, also UK folk, fantastic band. Sort of the more traditional UK folk, I should say. But Dando Shaft, their debut on Neon, an original US press on the Neon label, which I'll show you. RCA Neon. But yeah, there's the label. And found this in my local store for a really nice price. This one could also tend to get up there in price. Not quite what those go for, but Dando Shaft. Formed in, where were they from? Dando Shaft were an acoustic band formed in September '69 in Coventry, England, without Polly Bolton, the singer, who later joined them in late 1970 after they moved to London. That's that little blurb up there. But yeah, love that gatefold. Really nice stuff. Dando Shaft. Alright. What do we have for time here? 17 minutes. Alright. This was $5. I could not believe it. $5 for this. It's not near mint by any means, but it's still very good. If I were to sell it now, I'd probably put it on eBay as VG Plus. VG Plus for the record, maybe VG for the cover, but still for $5, maybe VG Plus for the cover. The Millennium with Begin, an original, and it also has this promo sticker there for demonstration purposes only. But yeah, I mean the cover's got some wear to it for sure, but still, the record is really nice, plays beautifully. But yeah, an original on Columbia. Very nice, and for $5, Christ, the Millennium with Begin. I have the Sundays reissue. I'll definitely hold on to that. Sundays do such a nice job, really. Never any complaints about Sundays, but yeah, an original of this. Really happy to get. Psych, Sunshine Pop, masterpiece that album is. Anyway, my local store also got in these records here, and never see them. The band, the post-punk, I guess is the easiest way to classify them. Indie rock, post-punk, English band Felt. And this is their debut, Crumbling the Antiseptic Beauty. Fantastic stuff. Like, I gotta thank Mike, Bostonian Reggie for really turning me on to them. Like, I never really checked them out. He found a few of their records and talked about them some more, and checked them out a bit online, but never bought anything. But came across these, near mint shape, an original on Cherry Red out of France, which is, I believe, where the label's from. Great guitar playing on this as well. Love it. And with that, that's their debut, and this is their, I want to say their third record. Strange Idols Pattern and Other Short Stories. This one is excellent. I don't know. I mean, I haven't heard all of their work by any means, but this is fantastic. Definitely my favorite of the two, although the debut is also excellent. But yeah, felt beautiful press as well, original. Also on Cherry Red Records. Yeah, excellent. Alright, so picked this up. Wanted this for a while. By Holman Twins. An original on Atlantic. So this is recordings from 60-61 and released in 1971. So yeah, earlier recordings, maybe outtakes, re-released. So of course, you know, with the early stuff with Don Cherry, Charlie Hayden, Ed Blackwell, yeah, excellent. Twins, beautiful shape. So these I came across. Oh God! All right, how do I do this? All right, I'll do it this way. Hawkwind. Always after Hawkwind records. So they're early records. Never see them, you know. I mean, I came across. I got a couple originals, but these were the two I've been after forever. I probably have 3 other albums of theirs originals. One I have a duplicate, a reissue of. But anyway, these were the 2 that I really wanted, and came across them in my local store. Once again, Red Scroll. They've just been getting in tons and tons of stuff, and I mean, there were tons of stuff that I couldn't get, you know, that I missed out. I'm not their only customer. Hawkwind, In Search of Space, an original U.S. press, beautiful shape, except for, I believe this came out of a DJ's collection, and he sort of labeled everything. But yeah, in beautiful shape. I mean, so this opens up this way, this sort of zigzag cover. If you don't know this album, and this folds down, and the record's in there. But yeah, on United Artists, really happy to get this fantastic stuff. Their second album, In Search of Space. And this one I have been after even more. I've wanted this one even more than that one. Never, ever, ever see it. And it's funny. I go into the store and they let me know this is there, and I'm like sold, you know. I almost bought the bootleg of this a couple times. There's a pirate press of it that came out not too long ago. Almost bought it, but I'm glad I didn't, because they got this in, and I bought it. And the next week, like last week, they got in another one. I couldn't believe it. They got in 2 within, a week. But yeah, I'm really happy to get this one. Hawkwind Warrior on the Edge of Time, an original U.S. press promo copy. So somebody ripped the label off. You know, they wore the sticker. It didn't damage the cover, thankfully. This thing is pristine. I mean, it is unplayed. Really, it's gorgeous. There's nothing wrong with this thing at all. And the vinyl, again, it just looks unplayed. Love when you come across promo copies. It's just me, but when you come across promo copies, they're always like gorgeous. It's strange. I mean, usually, I have come across some that were kind of beat, but white label promo of this album. I mean, that inner sleeve is also pristine. There's no split in it at all, so I don't think. A little one starting, but still, it's awesome. And just so happy to get it. Fantastic record. And a white label promo at that. And with that, this was also with it. I'm on Duel 2 with Hijack. Did not have this one. I was sort of like, I didn't hear too many good things about it. But this is actually really good. I really enjoyed it. Some tracks just blew me away. It just were awesome. So, some were just better than others, but still. 1974, promo copy on Atlantic. Not a white label, but still. The inner sleeve. Hijack. But yeah, I'm on Duel 2. I would say probably after this, I think they kind of go downhill. At least for my taste. But I'm on Duel 2 with Hijack. Awesome. This was an interesting one. Found this. And I went on the Facebook page to search if anyone had posted it before. Just to see, And it turns out that Derek had posted it exactly 1 year ago that day that I searched it, that I bought it and searched it. Like I bought it that night, I went home and looked it up on there. And a year ago, to the day, he had posted it. Very interesting. Steve Tibbetts with YR, your. I think it's your. I wonder if it stands for year. That'd be interesting. But anyway. Private press, but this was later put out again by ECM with a different cover, but this is the private press one. So this is sort of a jazz fusion, psych, space rock sort of thing. I mean, it's interesting. It's really good. From 1980, I believe he recorded these all on his own. Oh no, I recorded it at home. It's a private press, but yeah, fantastic stuff. The label, it's his own label, Framus. I believe from 1980. Here's the label. But yeah, really good. Steve Tibbetts with YR or Your or however it's said. Yeah, excellent. And yeah, Magma Live. Never see this one. UK press, beautiful shape. Did not have this. I love Magma. They're just one of those bands like may take a little while to get into, but once you do, it just gets under your skin, and it's just like, oh, it's so awesome, you know. It's just such a great band. But yeah, Magma Live, probably the easier to get of their stuff, but still I have never seen it in the wild, and glad to get it. An original UK press, awesome. This is an interesting one. Members of Henry Cow, Slap Happy, and like it's like a who's who of progressive music from the 70s. Really, John Greaves, however you say it, Peter Blegved, however you say it, and Lisa Herman. And the album is Q Rome. So, I believe, yeah, John Greaves was in Henry Cow, Peter Blegved was in Slap Happy. So the two bands merged at one point for a little while. And that's how these two met. And then after they collaborated on this, they wrote the whole album, and it's recorded in 1977. So it's like released in 77, right at the sort of where prog was really going downhill and punk was sort of taking over. So as a result, it didn't really sell very well, but this is excellent. It also features, along with those three, Andrew Cyril, however you say it, the fantastic free jazz drummer. He's on here. Michael Mantler is on here, and Carla Bley. And Michael Levine, who I'm trying to remember who he is. I can't remember. But anyway, Michael Levine on here as well. But just a excellent record. Very vocal centric. I believe this is an anagram. I'm not even sure what it's for. But very vocal centric. And the lyrics are all sort of, a lot of them are like anagrams. There's a lot of sort of hidden messages and things. It's also related to the artwork. A very interesting concept album. So imagine Henry Cow. They're sort of, avant-garde, very complicated arrangements with a UK folk twist. Now take that and make it a bit more jazzy, a bit more Canterbury style than, even reminded me of Magma with the vocals, at times. But a very interesting album. This is a U.S. press on Europa Records. It was actually recorded in Woodstock, New York, and the story is that this is the kind of album that you would think Robert Wyatt would be on, but he's not. But he loves this album, supposedly, and the story is he bought 2 copies just in case the first one got worn out. But anyway, cool record, very interesting. If that's your sort of thing, look this up. It's sort of a lost gem from the 70s. Okay, so getting down to the end here. Alice Coltrane. Was really lucky to come across a few Alice Coltrane records and didn't have them. But Alice Coltrane with strings, World Galaxy, an original, beautiful shape. There's some sort of sticker here. I don't know if that was some sort of, I don't know if somebody had a price or if it was like a, I don't know what it was. But there's a sticker there. But other than that, this thing is gorgeous. But yeah, this is excellent. It's like psychedelic jazz with the strings and her harp and keyboard playing. It's just, this is fantastic. Really happy to get this one. Along with that, with this was Alice Coltrane's Universal Consciousness. Near mint shape, again, just beautiful. Also an original on Impulse, just in great prices as well. Like, got them for really good. This one though, this one's not quite as mint as those two, but still gorgeous. And I got this one for $5 as well. Amazing. This thing goes for big money on eBay. But yeah, again, this one, those two are near mint. This one probably VG plus. But Alice Coltrane's To the El Daoud, however you say it, for $5. I just could not believe it. Was so happy to get it. Again, it's not mint, but it's beautiful. Plays beautifully. And this is much more of a straight ahead jazz album. Who's on here? Pharoah Sanders and Joe Henderson, two fantastic players. But yeah, a little bit of edge wear, no splits though. And yet for $5, just could not believe it. I've never seen this record in the wild, on impulse. Just beautiful, great record. And along with that, Alice Coltrane finally found a copy of Cosmic Music, John Coltrane and Alice Coltrane. Yeah, I mean, it's not the private press one, but still, it's beautiful. This one is near mint. Just gorgeous. I just played this before making this video. But yeah, Cosmic Music. Alright, now, just a few more here. Let me just check the time. Half hour. I've wanted this album for a little while now. Mike Bostonian Reggie, I gotta thank him. I'm pretty sure Fred has this as well, and that he has shown it. But it was Mike, he did a needle drop of this, and from that, I was like, what is this? I gotta track this down, and I've listened to it online. Finally, after searching for a while, I found a beautiful copy, just a near mint original copy. It was in Germany, so I paid for shipping, but the price was really good. So, and this is Nino Fur with Metronome, I believe is how you pronounce it. This is a fantastic record. Very funky, jazz, psychedelic. Mostly the keyboard playing is what stands out, but the whole thing is just incredible. So Nino Fur was an Italian-born French musician. Interesting life he had. I believe he was like an archaeologist for a while, and or paleontologist, one of those. Traveled around the world. Just a very interesting guy. Started up a music career in France, and I believe his first few albums were sort of pop albums, and then in the late '60s or whatever, he sort of took album making and music much more seriously, and this is his release, his first serious release, I think he considers it. But this is fantastic stuff, dude. Check this album out online; it is incredible. Again, very psychedelic, funky, just killer stuff. Metronome. Alright, and finally, some Brazilian records. I am obsessed with Brazilian music, and I love it. Love it. I hate to lump it in like that Brazilian music, but there's a quality to all of it that is just so damn good. There really is. There's something very inviting about it, very interesting, and just musically it's fantastic. I don't know what it is. Some people have a problem with music sung in a foreign language, but get over it, because this stuff is just incredible. Yeah, I had no problem not understanding. Anyway, Nelio, my buddy in Brazil, he lives in Rio. He's a member of the vinyl community. He sent me another package, and I am just blown away by this package. And Nelio, your package is leaving soon. But just to let you know, I'm blown away. He really did me right here. So he sent me this El Turco, if that's how you say it. I believe there's, I don't know, their second LP. Second or third, something like that. But this is Casa Encantada. So didn't know much about this. He recommended it. He said it was good and that he'd include it. And I've listened to this a few times now, and it's sort of Brazilian prog, I would say. I think their album before that was much more proggy, but this one is sort of stylistically kind of all over the place, but it's still excellent. Really, really good. I would still label it Brazilian prog, but there's a lot of other elements going on as well. Fantastic. On the Underground label, I believe it is an original. Killer stuff. So thank you, Nelio. Let's see. He also threw in, he threw this one in as well, and this one is just such a cool piece to have. Now the sound quality of it is not that good, but it is still a very cool piece, a fantastic performance, very important historically. But this is Caetano Veloso and Gilberto Gil doing their concerts. I believe they did a couple performances just before they went into exile, really, in the UK. And they did these concerts, and they were recorded. Now, again, the sound quality is not good. The vocals are sort of overmodulated. A lot of the music sounds muffled, but it's still a fantastic piece to own. It is an original gatefold, and it has this sort of wraparound banner, which is still intact. It's beautiful. The records are nice. I couldn't be happier with this package, Emilio. So happy to get this. Thank you so much. I'm just killer. This is one I asked him to keep an eye on for, and he did. And this one is awesome. Plays beautifully. I'm just gonna say I'm super happy. I've wanted this one for a while, but this is Ceau e Mahalos. Sort of a Brazilian glam band, I guess they're categorized as, but this is excellent. Brazilian pop, MPB. So damn good. It is an original, a gatefold copy. I believe reissues were non-gatefold. But yeah, I'm so thrilled to finally get this record. Thank you, Emilio. Really. And one I was not expecting at all. A surprise completely. And oh man, I'm so blown away by this. So damn good. This record is fantastic. There's not much I've heard by this guy that isn't fantastic, but this one is especially good. Georgie Ben. So damn happy to get this. I've listened to this quite a few times. I got the package the other day and blown away by this. This has some of his best material. It also has this song, I believe it's Taj Mahal, which Rod Stewart just blatantly ripped off for If You Think I'm Sexy, that song. It's such a blatant rip-off, and Georgie Ben called him out on it, and Rod had to pay. But anyway, killer record. Number of tracks on here just sort of recognized, and yeah, but a beautiful copy. I'm really happy with it. Here's the back, Brazilian press. Thank you so much once again, Emilio. I'm just blown away. Really, really happy. And again, yeah, your package is leaving this week for sure. But yeah, this one, last one, I bought this one myself. Not an easy record to get at all, but I'm so thrilled to finally find this. And I now have all of his self-titled albums. Gilberto Gil, with his 1969 self-titled album, an original Brazilian press on Philips. Beautiful shape. I mean, this is beautiful. The vinyl is like pristine. I've been really lucky with my Brazilian buys, like with their condition, just blown away. This is a Tropicalia classic. Probably his most experimental out there work, and it's killer. So damn good. And it's the cover, super thin. But I believe the first one that wasn't just sort of a folded piece of sort of paper or cardboard, you know. But yeah, on Philips, fantastic. So those are my finds. Again, thank you for watching. Thank you again, Emilio. Awesome. Some great stuff here. And I will be back very soon to show you the rest of this stuff. So look out for that. Please comment, and I'll see you soon. Thanks. Still a long video, huh?